in terms of preventive cardiology.
Thank you very much, Professor, for your insight. And Professor Wood, Dr. Pratiksha Gandhi, and Mr. Kholwekar, I sincerely thanks all of you to take your time and support me in my book launch. I would, I would invite anyone who has any question. I think Mr. Alexander has a question. So go ahead, Mr. Alexander, and unmute yourself, please.
Yes, I have done. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, yes, hi. Just introduce myself. I make cardiovascular devices. So I have been making coronary artery bypass and in the heart valve, transcatheter heart valve. This is made using nanomaterial and stem cell. Anyway, my question is not that. My question is, how much exercise is good for you? Is it limit how much exercise you do? Is this, if you do too much, is that bad for you?
Who do you want to address this question to?
Officer Wood.
Okay.
So thank you for the question. And there is a very clear answer in that exercise, physical exercise, aerobic exercise, really improves cardiovascular health, and it's recommended, at least in the UK, that we should undertake at least 150 minutes of aerobic exercise, which may take the form of brisk walking or cycling or swimming for throughout the week. And if you do so, it reduces your cardiovascular risk. But if you exercise too strenuously, and we see this in elite sports people, marathon runners, and so on, it can have a deleterious effect on the cardiovascular system. For example, the induction of arrhythmias like atrial fibrillation. But this is not an argument against taking regular aerobic physical exercise in our everyday lives, and we should do so.
Yeah, thank you very much. I mean, the reason I asked this question, some footballer and athlete have died from COVID. And I was surprised. They were sort of younger people, like 40, and they died. And because some of the question was because their heart couldn't cope with it. I was, that's what I was asking.
Yes, I'm not aware of that particular example, but as you know, actually, most of the deaths occur in the older and elderly population above the age of 70 from COVID-19, and especially in people with comorbidities, so with obesity and underlying coronary artery disease, previous stroke, diabetes, and so on. So in other words, COVID-19 has a higher risk for the unhealthier part of the population and not the younger, fitter people in our society.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. I think please do keep your questions, if you have, in a chat box. And then towards the end, if we definitely have time, we could address accordingly, if that's okay.
Vanita, can I answer Alexander's question about exercise?
Yes, sure.
I think there are two things, Alexander. You do a fantastic thing. You're probably my enemy. You're doing a TAVI, so you are going to make me defunct someday, and then I'll have to sort of learn your technique. I'm just joking. You're doing wonderful things, but I think exercise could never be bad. But you talked about this someone, and also you must have heard a big thing in London Stadium. One of my colleague actually rescued this man. You must have heard name Fabrice Muamba. He was a fantastic footballer. He arrested on the football match, and one of the fan of that team is a cardiology colleague of mine. He went, Dr. Wood, he went and massaged him, he revived, but he had a cardiomyopathy. A lot of these young patients have either a Marfan. You see a lot of this in US, people who have dilated aorta. They don't know, very tall people like 7 feet and things like that. They do fantastic basketball, but that's not a normal height. They could be suffering from Marfan and they could get sudden rupture of it. You get cardiomyopathy. There's a one which you probably know, and Dr. Wood Prof. Wood will agree with me, that you get a HOCM or hypertrophic obstructive cardiomyopathy that can give you arrest in exercise. Besides these things, exercise also affects, as you must, your knees and all. I think when marathon came, a lot of my colleagues, my anesthetists, were all running around. Almost all of them had arthroscopy. Orthopedic surgeons have made a kill on it, because everywhere you run, we are not supposed to be running at that fast level, at that level. We're supposed to run a little bit, but not that much, so damaged our knees and all. But for heart, exercise is fantastic. You do as much as you could. My mantra for my patient is everything in moderation is fine. Even eating fat, even the butter or a meat, everything in moderation is fine. Exercise moderation fine. If you do extreme, you should be extreme athlete. Look at the sumo wrestlers. Would you, looking at them, will call them healthy? No. But given a day you stand in stadium with them, they will throw you out of stadium with that much power they have. And they all suffer from diabetes afterwards once they stop playing, because suddenly with that weight, and I think Pratiksha will agree with me on that. Thank you.
I just ask one more question from Dr. Shah.
Yeah.
Can we, if that's okay, Alexander, can we keep the questions a bit at later?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Definitely write in the chat box, and then we aim to aspire to answer. And if not now, then definitely we can write to you.
Okay, thank you.
So thank you who joined us later. Miss Gan, Jane Gan, hi. Joey, a great publisher. Matthew also, thank you. Pauline, I appreciate all of you to join me along with our health experts here. So if it is okay with you, I would like to share a little bit about my book journey process. Yeah, so let me share my screen. Sorry.
I think Sunaina may be hosting it, so you may have to change the host.
Sunaina, would you mind? No, I think it's not the case. Let me. Here it is. So hopefully now. Yes. I hope everyone is able to see. So I wouldn't, to respect everyone's time, I would be talking briefly about my book journey. Let me just, sorry. This technology is, okay, anyway.
We can see it and we hear you.
Thank you, thank you. So again, I express my appreciation for each of you to come and celebrate this success, small albeit, but success with me. And because of your kind wishes, my book has now, Amazon has credited the book as #1 in few categories, including heart diseases and new release in heart diseases, new release in health and spirituality, and among few other categories. So thank you so much for your blessings and kind wishes. So I would love to share why I written this book. Inspiration from definitely working and studying from Imperial College under wings of Professor Wood, and also living in the experience from my uh, cousins and my maternal uncle, who unfortunately passed away due to chronic disease complications, has inspired me to use the knowledge and make it more accessible to the normal general public. And as we all know, cardiovascular diseases are the leading cause of death worldwide, taking an estimated of 17.9 million lives each year, and accounting for 31% of all deaths globally. And the rate is projected to increase by 50% in 2030. And according to British Heart Foundation recent fact sheet, about 27% proportion of all UK's death is being caused by heart and circulatory diseases. And also, it's not about the death, but day in and out, people are living with these conditions. And current global pandemic has shown us the importance of, or rather grave significance of controlling these chronic conditions and metabolic conditions that leads to cardiovascular diseases. Center for Disease Control and Prevention, according to them, those people who have high risk of obesity, diabetes, type 2 diabetes, and heart diseases, they are at highest risk of getting serious infections, including COVID-19. Just what Professor Wood shared with us briefly right now. And deterioration of physical health is not affected, it's not only limited to our physical health, but it has influence on our overall well-being, our emotional, our ability to relate with another human being, even at intimate level, even at a parental level, our productivity, our finances, and our overall levels of happiness. Health and happiness are very strongly interconnected, interlinked. So, in theory, sorry, I'm trying to. Okay, in theory, these chronic conditions, cardiovascular diseases, are lifestyle influenced uh, and therefore strongly preventable. However, in reality, we have not been able to achieve the prevention as evident by numerous stats. And at this stage, I strongly believe unless we take proactive and preventive and also novel approach to the prevention, this global tsunami of cardiovascular diseases has a power to destroy mankind. And this prevention is global responsibility as well as individual responsibility. And we all agree that this unhealthy lifestyle and stress triggers the chronic inflammatory response in the body, and which is responsible for development of cardiovascular diseases, other risk factor, and even certain forms of cancer. And for decades, our our preventive approach focus was on calorie in and calorie out, diet and exercise. But have we achieved success? Is it a time to open our mind for new perspective, new paradigm? We haven't given the attention to emotional wellness, cultural beliefs, health behavioral psychology, the very core element that are essential for making positive shifts and creating sustainable habits changes. I think the world is ready for the new paradigm. It's time for change. And you would agree. And may I ask, would you agree? Rather, and like Mr. Kolwekar have taken this point, I believe that although these lifestyle illnesses have strong genetic predisposition, but our environment, our ability to influence our environment, and our mindset is powerful to control those genes. Many epigenetic studies are emerging and proving for this case. And therefore, I believe we are more powerful than our gene. And the destiny of our health is in our control and not only under control of our genetic blueprint. So I have written this book basically with the sole purpose to reduce the global threat of chronic diseases by inspiring, educating, and empowering people to transform their lifestyle. Because I believe that having a truly healthy heart is not only about desired body, achieving desired body weight, achieving disease-free state, but it also having a joy in your heart, ability to connect with another human being, with yourself in much more powerful, much more profound way, living a life of purpose, vibrancy, and leaving this world a better place because you existed. And therefore, in this book, I share different tools to achieve the results which I explained, like meditation, like visualization. And Dr. Gandhi is right. The visualization is very much powerful in creating self-empowerment. And from that place of self-empowerment, you are able to take different lifestyle changes, make lifestyle changes. And lifestyle strategies, of course, uh, healthy eating, joyful movement, optimum sleep, all are shown to create optimum health, creating emotional wellness. And ultimately, my friends, towards the end, the book also talks about 21-day challenge, because various research has proven that it takes 21 days to form new habits. So all these lifestyle changes, this 21-day challenge will help you to make it a new habit. And towards the end, my friend, what matters is your happiness. How well you feel in your mind, in your body, that brings the happiness. And when you are happy, you create more health and more happiness for others, for the loved ones. So I'll leave you with this thought: health and happiness is the foundation for the success. And those of you who would love to, yeah, those who are in the today's event, if you wish to get benefit, like I have few gifts: self-assessment, like Dr. Gandhi was suggesting, where you can, with this questionnaire, you can find out, with the help of your doctor perhaps, what is your current level of your health, happiness, and lifestyle, how you can improve. And then habit tracker, where you can record your new habits as well as lifestyle, and the emag with lots of interesting recipes and inspiration to lead you, to keep you accountable for healthy lifestyle. So I hope you will enjoy the book, and also thank you for sharing this event with me. If you have any questions for any of us, please let us know. And how do I stop the share? Trying to. Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone. Anyone has any question?
Pranita, Pauline had a question on diet actually. That she had put a question earlier that what do the doctors recommend? So after about dairy and all that. So I just wanted to say that to Pauline that mainly what happens is that as Dr. Kolvekar rightly said, that most of the people when they get admitted in the hospital with a heart disease, they get a booklet, right? So they have been told about and moderation is the key, as he rightly says, and that is given to cut down on the meat and dairy and all those general instructions are given. But I feel that what Pranita has done in the book is that's why we are asking you to read this book, because she has given you a lot of details. And I would like to say that she has written a chapter on omega 3 and omegas. So right now what we are eating in the Western diet is very, very pro-inflammatory. And till now, everybody is talking about cholesterol as one of the main factors. That's what we have been taught in the schools. But the latest science, which Dr. Wood and Dr. Kolvekar will agree with me and Pranita, that chronic inflammation is one of the main things. We are getting, everything is pro-inflammatory around us, our diets, and there is so much of radiations, everything. So chronic inflammation is actually going and disrupting the endothelium. Our arteries are not able to relax. So all this food, what we eat, the omegas are very important. The balance of omegas are very important. She has written in that chapter. She has given a lot of importance on the diet, which is anti-inflammatory. So I think that you will get much more information and value than what is generally provided by the routine doctors and the hospitals. And I'm also a doctor. I don't blame anyone, because the clinical practice is very much hectic. They don't have time because they have to do so much of the paperwork, data, they have to clinically see the patient. And the doctors are not trained in nutrition, because I'm sure, Dr. Kolvekar, that when you do a cardiothoracic surgery, I don't know, you have any hours of nutrition training, right? Over there. Neither a interventional cardiologist, right, Dr. Wood? So I feel that the patients do need to go, if they want to learn properly about all these things, they have to go to experts like Pranita, who have done, like, special course on preventive cardiology. So you will be getting the right advice. So Pauline, I hope you got the answer over there. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Respecting everyone's time, I think I, again, want to acknowledge each and every one of you to join me on my book launch. And I have shared this book with great passion. And if you feel inspired, please share with someone who you think may benefit. And again, my purpose is beyond just this book is not just for the, it's not for the commercial purpose. It's for, again, to inspire, educate, and empower people, so that someone, clinicians like Dr. Pratiksha Gandhi, Dr. Professor Wood, who works in those countries where this expert care is not freely available, can get benefit. So thank you so much.
I think I want to say we all should congratulate Pranita for such a lovely book and taking the steps. And as you said, it is just a beginning. People should watch the space. As Trump said, this is just a beginning. And we applaud you.
Yeah,
you.
congratulations, amazing achievement.
Yep. Congratulations, Pranita.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. And
Bye-bye.
bye-bye. Bye.